It's Junk Journal January. This journal I started in October last year, and it houses a lot of life, a lot of processing, a lot of paper. And it's got really not that much left, and I want to fill it. But you know what? I just recently found a new junk journal, and it is looking pretty good right now. The color palette is just spot on for my heart right now. It is making me feel so good, so warm, so optimistic. And so I'm paging through it, trying to decide which one I'm going to use. But it's not really a fair competition, is it? So we'll use this one. The prompt for today is translucent, and Meg, this one had my heart from the minute you shared it. And I'm going to be sharing different ways of using translucent, transparent, semi-transparent elements in your junk journal. The first way is with some thinner paper. So I'm using Tomoe River over here. You can use onion paper, that paper that's from old ass books that's really smooth and really lovely. You can use vellum, glassine, something like that. And I'm using a brush pen just to write stream of conscious writing when I think of the prompt, when I'm thinking about translucency. And I am just free flowing, letting it out. If you don't have a brush pen, you can just use a surprise, a brush dipped in ink or dipped into paint and just write it out. Don't need to worry about people seeing it, because what you're going to do once you've written it out is you're just going to fold it and put it away. The next thing, I'm going to be using liquid coal for it. This is by Schminke, and it is absolutely glorious. I'm also going to use this business card from a tattoo artist, and obviously I'm going to use a water brush because I am a lazy girl and I refuse to fill up both my brush and a jar. And I'm using the flowers from the business card just to make something very, very abstract. And I'm trying to keep it as loose as possible. This really thick brush is helping, and the liquid charcoal is also helping because it's glorious. And I'm just kind of getting a vaguely floral shape into my journal. I did mention I was a lazy girl, which means that I've also been too lazy to learn how to draw. I'm okay with that, and I'm going to show you a way around that. Grab a piece of tissue paper and just redraw the thing that you drew very loosely again. We'll whip the typewriter out, and here's another way to use translucent sheets in your journal. With these sheets, I don't know what they're called. I know them as overhead projector sheets. Maybe it's just having grown up in South Africa, or it's having a mother in academia. I don't know, but that's what I call them. They're just acetate sheets, maybe. I use them for making my own stencils, and I also like to type on them. And I'm typing on here a Neil Gaiman quote that says, "Go and make interesting mistakes, make amazing mistakes, make glorious and fantastic mistakes, break rules, leave the world far more interesting for your being here. How good is it? And how much better does it look on this transparent sheet? On to our next one, and I'm using this pattern and ornament source book. I like to use it if I want to illustrate something, usually flowers. This book's glorious. There's so many different patterns in here, so many ideas that you can translate into your journal. So I highly recommend this book. And I'm just searching for something that screams out to me, something that I want to draw. And I did save this page for these lotus flowers, but I'm not feeling them too much today. While I was paging, I saw some other flowers and they really spoke to me. So I'm going to tear this piece of paper that I have. This paper is vintage architectural drawings, and it came with a vintage set of architectural drawers. I got the drawers for free. They were gorgeous. And when I saw the paper inside, I mean, if I had have paid for it, it would have been worth it. I didn't pay for it. But yeah, one of my best finds of the year. So I really like that one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some of my fountain pen ink. This one is Sailor ink. It is one of my favorite colors. It's known as the pigeon color because it's all the different shades of a pigeon. And I am vaguely tracing it. I love doing these little lines, but vague tracing. This is a Kakimori pen. Or the pen, it is the best thing, one of the best things I've ever bought, along with my free architectural drawers. And it's time to put all of our translucent bits together. I'm going to use my arch nemesis matte medium. You can see that I barely use it because I had to take the dry glue out of the lid. But it does work so well with tissue paper. And because this brush pen that I'm using, the ink is not water resistant or does not play well with water at all, I'm trying not to get it too smushy with it, but I'm going to put this on top of the other one. And it makes for a pretty cool effect. I think if you put in a bit more effort with the drawing, or maybe you were even looser with the drawing, it might look better. But I'm happy with it. I'm going to get these edge pieces really nice and stuck down. And then I'm going to bring in some other papers. I'm going to do a bit of collage, and I'm just going to bring everything together. one thing transparent sheets really are not good at is being poked with an awl. I wanted to thread this onto the page so that there wouldn't be any glue marks behind it, but that proved way more difficult than it needed to be because of how thick it was and because of how lazy I was. But I got there in the end. You can see the bottom one. I just gave up on giving 2 holes. I just gave it 1 hole and it was totally fine. And that's how it looks at the end. Thanks for joining me today in Junk Journal January. I'm going to put this little letter in the pocket between. I freaking love pockets. Don't know about you. We don't get enough of them as women. Have a great Junk Journal January. Have fun creating, have fun journaling, and have fun showing your true colors in your journal and out.